And when I came here, we had a cultural evening at St. Peter's Church. You can do whatever you want to do. You can sing. If you want to dance, you can dance. If you want to say funny jokes or comedy or anything like that, whatever you want to do, anyone can get up on the stage and sing and perform. So we went that evening, and people got up and they performed comedy. And when they asked, I got up and I sang a couple of numbers, I think, unaccompanied, things. And there was a band or group in the audience that I didn't know anything about them at the time. But when the evening finished, they approached me and asked me, they said they liked what I did and would I be interested in joining this band? So I said, well, we like your voice, we'd like you to join. I said, okay, I'll give it a go. They said we practice, we rehearse on Tuesdays, I think it was at the time, at St. Michael's Church Hall. And one of them picked me up and we went down there. And I found out that one member was from Anguilla and two were from Montserrat. And the next time I met them, there was another one from Anguilla. It was Claude Richardson, Evan Gams, Joe Fenton, and Jim Chalmers. And they made up the group. Claude was on drums, Evan on guitar, Jim on bass, and Joe on rhythm guitar. So we did a few numbers and everything went well. And said, yes, we'd like you to join. So I said, okay. And then we started rehearsing. And then we played all over the place. Everywhere from John O'Groats, I suppose, down to Cornwall. We went everywhere. And we were out nearly every weekend. We played a lot in Slough as well for some of the nurses dances and the police, Slough police dances, their annual dances, or whenever they used to play, they always wanted the interpreters to play. We played at some of the hospitals and some of the Navy clubs. There was a Navy club there, we played there. And we had a nice time. I enjoyed every minute of it, Sometimes we used to play at a hotel in Frimley and on the Hog's Back in Guildford, somewhere over there. And we used to be there quite often. Everybody used to have a wonderful time. Really, really nice. And I stayed with them for about 8 years, I think. At this time, there was another group in Slough. That's the Tropical Steel Band. The manager, Claude Richardson, or the agent, he knew that I was probably at a loose end. So he asked if I would be interested in joining the steel band. I thought, well, I don't know. I've never sung with a steel band before. I said, yes, I will give it a try, because I knew most of the boys in the band, so I went with them. And we got on famously, So I joined up with them. And then the work was even more extensive. We went everywhere you could think of. We played a lot at all the London hotels and so. We used to have fabulous times there. We played for the Jewish community, for the bar mitzvahs. We played for the police again. We played at, we went to France We went to Portugal, went there for their carnival, and had a wonderful, wonderful time over there. And when we got there, they had never seen the steel pan before. You know, the steel pan is a noisy pan. And they kept, in the break time, they kept coming up and said, "Where's the music? Where's the sound coming from? Have you got microphones under the pan?" He said, "No, everything is naturally." Said, "What? We can't believe that, such a beautiful sound is coming from these pans and so." And they really did like the steel pan. I think it was the first time they'd ever seen or heard the music. And they all wanted to know, "Where are you based?" We said, in England. No. He said, yes. He said, "No." So we said, "Yes, we are based in," they thought we were an American group, because we usually see the black American groups singing or playing, but they never believed that Britain had black people. So he said, "Yes, we're based in Britain." And then we went to France for twice, but once was for the French Creole people. So they were from the West Indies, or originated. Their parents or grandparents originated in the West Indies, and they were there, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. They had a wonderful. They did everything you could think of in all the dances and stuff. And because we were able to play some of the music from the West Indies and mixed it with the pop and British European music and so. He said, "When are you coming back?" I said, "Well, you'll have to invite us back." And we did go back another time. We were able to go up and down the country. We played a lot, as I said, in London. But people, we played at some, I should say, elderly people's balls and so, and when you'd play, they'd think that you couldn't play the softer sort of music, And sometimes when you play a waltz or a slower dance, even sometimes when you do the foxtrot, you see like the elderly gentlemen and so pick up, take their wives and go to the floor. And when they dance, you see them waltzing around. And when they finish, you'll come and say, "Oh, we thoroughly enjoyed that." He said, "It was so beautiful. We couldn't ever think that you could get the soft music, from the steel pans and so." And say, "Oh, thank you so much." And sometimes the gentleman would come and say, "Oh, could you play another soft song for us?" And I said, "Sure." And we'd play, and we'd say, Thank you. So it was a nice time, I think, to have that sort of music, because a lot of the Americans were coming on stream with their music. We had soul and everything, but we did our share of that as well. We were like a variety band, you could say, because we did a bit of everything to suit everybody. I sang, and Mary sang as well. We sang together, and we had another singer, Rudolph. We called him Reddy. He played the drums and he sang as well. And a few of the boys, Howell and Alan, would join in sometimes according to what the song was, and we would sing. It was probably the best years of my life. I thoroughly enjoyed everything. Every time we got out there, it was good. We never had any people saying, "Oh, we don't like that," or anything like that. Everybody was pleased, satisfied they had a good night. And when they finished, they say, "More." So it was probably the best years of my life, I would think, barring my children.